I progressed through basics as prescribed. I've had the opportunity to run a few derbies, perform nicely at the trials, and has learned to really like the last bird down. By that, he is giving me a creep, maybe a little scoot, able to reheel after judge's release. Following day in training, he sits, even with lots of excitement. He sits with no movement. Please address corrective behaviors. Yeah, you're starting to get trial behavior. And you think like, wait a minute, this is like my first trial. The atmosphere is, you're charged up. The atmosphere is exciting. Other dogs, they feel it. Even if they haven't run a lot of trials, they're geared up. Well, I think running too many derbies too soon can be a formula for initiating long-term bad behavior. Now, is this long-term bad behavior a little bit of movement? Not necessarily. What I'm not going to do is keep running trial after trial in the derbies, these early derbies, and then trying to clobber them on Monday and Tuesday and create a real distinction between we're at a field trial and now we're in training. Because you don't want to get that Jekyll and Hyde behavior where they're angels on the weekdays and devils on the weekends. That's the scenario you want to avoid at all costs. You're going to want to maybe look for a little higher standard of obedience. You may not see exactly the same behavior in training that you see in a trial, but you're probably, if you look a little closer, you're probably going to realize, you know what, I've asked him twice to heel. Maybe he's moving a little bit. Maybe he's beating me to line just a little bit. Up your standard on what obedience is and try to train in a higher excitement level a little bit. And just cool it on the derbies, especially if you got a high-powered dog. Because I've got a couple of these dogs in this deal. I mean, I think they could get a lot of derby points, but there's a price they're going to pay to do that, in my opinion. If your long-term goal is to have an all-age dog, running a couple derbies to expose them to that atmosphere, I'm fine with. But if he's starting to develop bad trial behavior, cool it. I like to run a dog in a derby when I think they're almost ready to run a qualifying, believe it or not. And I told Ed with Joker, he got a second when we had another dog win a few weeks ago. Now they're super excited about it. I like to run qualifyings pretty early with the derby dog because I want them to realize we do blinds at field trials. Pretty soon they're going to just say, wait a minute, they just run derbies and we just get to go do marks and we don't have to do all the other stuff. No wonder they start to develop crazy behavior. But they come up and now you run a set of marks and now you got to do a blind. And now they realize, oh, okay, there's rules here too. So be careful running too many derbies.